Hey, I'm Eric Keach. Today I'm here with Daria Liston, and she has been with Stronger for about 2 years and change at the time we're talking. And I wanted to talk to her to find out really what's kept her there that long, but also to find out what her experience has been like, the details, the results, everything that she's seen and gone through. So, Daria, thank you so much for taking the time. Something I really appreciate you doing.
Good to talk with you.
All right, so let's go back. Let's go back 2 years ago, prior to when you joined. And what was the big thing? Where were you? What was the big issue or struggle that you had that you were trying to overcome?
So I'm, mid 40s, married, two kids, and like a lot of people my age, I also have ailing parents. And at the time, I had actually left work for a couple years, well, actually a little over a year to take care of my mom. And in that time, I completely stopped taking care of myself. And so I was the heaviest I'd ever been. I was depressed. I had no energy, and I was actually in a pretty sad place, personally and emotionally. And I saw, I think Frank had posted a 21-day shred thing, and I figured I'd take a shot and go after it. And after the first 21 days, I had lost, let's see, I think 17 pounds. And I remember Frank said to me, and it still sticks with me, he just said, "You were ready."
Hmm.
And he was right. Like I was emotionally and physically ready to kind of make it a priority and haven't looked back.
So was it where things had kind of just built up over time? Or was there a moment where like you'd seen that, but was there something that triggered it? Like, I know, yes, this is the time.
Well, I think the main reason I had been home taking care of my mom was she was just in such poor health. And 90% of her health issues were dealt with choices she had made her whole life of
Mm,
not moving and not eating well. And I know that I could be hit by a bus tomorrow or get a disease that I don't have control over. But if there's anything I can control, I want to make sure I do that because I don't want my kids to be going through what my
yeah.
sister and I are doing, having
Yeah.
to
So
care for
so
my mom.
scary a little bit, right? Like
Yeah.
seeing that so motivates you. Okay. So you went through you just that 21-day shred, you lost 17
Yeah.
pounds. So I'm curious to know, like when you walked in, right, you were probably nervous, right? You were kind of feeling a little hesitant, but did they do a good job of making you feel welcome and comfortable?
Yeah, it was absolutely incredible because what's amazing there is that we have so many different ages and levels of fitness and things like that. I go back, I remember my first workout, I had to do push ups on an elevated bar. I couldn't even do them on my knees. And now I'm doing them on my toes with weight on my back. Like they understand where everybody is when they walk in, understand where they want to be, and they take the time and instruction to get you there.
And so they take that time. It sounds like great. They modify things if you're not able to do it.
Yeah.
What's the energy like? Like, what's the atmosphere? Is it something that's like, oh, I'm just gonna walk in, walk out? Like, what is that atmosphere really like?
Oh, it's a lot of good energy. It's a lot of authentic energy too. Like it's not some like rah rah hoo yay. It's very much caring about each individual that's walking through the door. They take a they take very good care of making sure they know when someone new's walking in, and they make sure that there's enough time to take that new person through how things go at the gym and get them in. And there's always people that have been in the gym forever that just are there welcoming you and excited to hear that you've joined.
Hmm. And would you say maybe it's kind of like a family?
Oh, without a doubt. It's definitely a family. And there's groups of people there that I've done obstacle course races with that I never even dreamed I would have done without meeting these people. And now we've gone up and down Mount Killington and everything together. And it's so supportive. And I love seeing, now that I've been there a couple of years, seeing new people come in and see their excitement and recognize the changes they've made and positively just so excited to celebrate with them when they've achieved their goals.
So it sounds like there's a right. You're not just going to work out. It sounds like there's a social connection. That there's more than just working out.
There is. Although Joe's pretty good at making sure we don't talk too much. Keep on our workout. But no,
Now
but no,
you
there's definitely that social aspect.
okay, and which yeah, you'd gone in. Okay, I want to get some results. I want to change my life. But did you expect it to be that type of connection?
No, I think I just wanted to kind of move and
Hmm.
hopefully have results. I've always heard the phrase that the motivation is in the results, and it's just so true there. And I think between having a place where you feel at home, when you walk in, you don't feel judged, you feel like there are people there to support you, and then just see the results when you actually listen to what they say you should
Hmm.
do, those together just equal success.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the results side of things. So, right, you've been there a little over 2 years, the time that we're talking now.
Yeah.
Those first 21 days, right, on the weight loss side, you'd seen what, 17 pounds. But
Yeah.
what have you seen since then? What's happened over those 2 years?
So I first lost a total of 70 pounds, probably over about a 6 to 7 month period, just continuing with my strength training and the nutritional recommendations. And then from there, it was just, okay, what's my next goal? Like I was kind of, okay,
Mhm.
that's where I want to be. And I realized I wanted to be stronger. I wanted to be able to do some things like the races that I never thought I would do before. And since then, I actually have put 10 pounds of muscle on, but lost more inches. So I'm in sizes I've never been in. Like even as a teenager in high school, I've never been in these clothing sizes. And and I'll tell one quick story. When I first started working out, I have teenage boys, and I would tell my oldest son, "Hey, this is the workout we did," and he's like, "Yeah, yeah, whatever, mom." But as time went on, now he's like, "Mom, you're jacked." Like it's funny, like it just to see them appreciating
Yeah.
that I'm stronger physically, I think is also a good role model to them too.
Yeah. That's got to make you feel good.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So what was like you talked about, clothing sizes. I'm curious, like where were you? And then what are you at now or at your best lowest point?
So I'm in like size 16, edging towards more, going to stores where I couldn't find clothes in normal places. Um, and now I'm in size 6. And now sometimes it's hard finding sizes on the other side, which
Hmm.
was a whole new phenomenon for me.
Hmm.
I've always been, I'm 5'7". I'm Italian. There's lots
Hmm.
of shape to me that I've always kind of dealt with. It's nice to be able to wear some clothes I never was
Yeah.
able to before.
And obviously, right, weight loss, clothing size, you talked about getting stronger. Those are some like really like upfront big things, but I'm sure there's been some side benefits of that. So have you noticed things in terms of maybe energy levels, differences there?
Oh yeah, I actually feel wrong not starting my day with a workout because I'm an early
Hmm.
morning workout person, so I can continue consistency. Another thing that's been great is literally just my physical with my doctor. I had Before I started, I wasn't necessarily in any danger zones yet for any medical things, but I was edging towards those numbers, your
Hmm.
cholesterol numbers and fat percentage and things like that. And all my numbers went down. Matter of fact, my physical last year, my doctor asked what I was doing and asked me for advice. So, I mean, maybe I need to change doctors, but it was
Yeah,
she saw the huge health effects through all my numbers that will hopefully help continue me being healthy for a long time.
for sure, for sure. Have you noticed an emotional side of things and maybe okay handling stress or those types of things? Have you
Yeah.
noticed differences there?
Oh, definitely. I think, as I mentioned in the very beginning, before I started, I was really depressed. It was really hard for me to be happy, and in general, I like to be a happy person. And I just everything is easier. The if something is coming along, it's much easier to handle.
Hmm.
I work full time. I have kids. It's like there's a lot on my shoulders, but it's all much more manageable because I have this outlet literally to kind of throw some physical energy in, and it gives me emotional strength as well as the physical.
Hmm. And I'm guessing, right, since you've had that too, the emotional side, it's probably improved confidence levels.
Oh yeah. I know. I think before I ever did this, I think I laughed when someone told me they had done a Tough Mudder. Like I
Hmm.
looked at that car, so I'm like, oh my gosh! Like, and I had a blast last summer doing it myself. It's something I never thought I could do. I stand taller.
Yeah.
I feel better. I When clothes fit well, there is a confidence that comes there. I know that instead of thinking I can't do something, I'm like, oh, I'll try it, and
Mm.
it's nice to
Yeah.
be back there.
Yeah. And you mentioned too, right? Your kids, so your family are seeing the differences. So it's not just impacting you, it's impacting the family as well.
Yeah, we all my at the beginning, my husband actually is the one who cooks in the family, and at the beginning it was kind of a hassle, like, oh, I'm only eating lean proteins, fruits, and vegetables, like, oh, but then and he used to kind of make something for me, and now everyone eats what I eat, and that's a huge difference. And even my youngest son, who's never been big in working out, has started working out and being more active, and I just as long as my family's healthy, I can't ask for anything more.
Would you say it's been life changing, this experience?
Oh, without a doubt. Life saving.
Okay. Now I guess maybe I'll just kind of start wrapping up because you filled in everything I was curious about. There's so many people out there who are in very similar situations to where you were before you started, right? Maybe they have, you said some ailing parents are taking care of them, they're stressed, there's all these things going on. And let's say right now, one of those people is watching your story and they're thinking, you know what, this sounds like a really cool place. But they're still 50-50. They're still, they're hesitant for whatever reason. What would you want to tell that person to maybe push them off the fence?
Well, first I'd just say just do it because you have to take that leap and it's worth the jump. The second thing I'd say is that at Stronger we have really great opportunities for you to be able to just check it out. So if they want to reach out to me or even just Stronger, you can just come in and check it out, see what a class is like, see what strength is like. Um, I think once you step through the doors, you'll understand it and you'll know that it's the right choice.
Well, Daria, I think it's really, again, 2 years is not that long. It's just actually a relatively short period of time, and what you've accomplished has been really, really pretty amazing. And I just want to congratulate you, but I also want to wish you continued success moving forward.
Thank you very much.
All right, you take care.
Thanks. You too.